Hey folks, Nintendo Direct season is upon us. It's never a guarantee, but there is typically always a September Nintendo Direct, and with us now being in the month of September, I thought it was time to make my first video focused on the idea of DLC for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. As you know, that could actually be announced in a Direct this month. Nothing is being confirmed or even hinted at happening in the form of DLC as of right now, but it's a very likely possibility, as pretty much every big 3D open world game these days has some form of DLC. That and Breath of the Wild also featured DLC, which went down fairly alright. So what can we expect from a DLC pack or two from Tears of the Kingdom? Keeping in mind that the game itself was born from DLC ideas for Breath of the Wild and then made into its own game. Is there room for more? Would it be overdoing this era? And just what would actually make it good? All of that and more will be covered in today's video. Be sure to go and grab yourself a snack or drink and send them in to get featured right here. And let's get into this one. To set the tone here for our expectations, let's very briefly and quickly recap how Tears of the Kingdom ends. And don't worry, if you want to avoid spoilers, just go to the time on screen. This video has been written so you can skip this brief section without missing anything crucial to the video. Alright, we good to go? As you'll know if you finished the game or don't mind spoilers, this adventure ends off with the Light Dragon Princess Zelda being returned to her Hylian form via the power of friendship. And herself and Link have a touching moment before the end credits roll. Then comes the secret ending where Link, Zelda, the modern day sages, and Minoru and Spirit all meet outside of the Temple of Time up in the sky. They have a little chat, and then the scene ends like a 2000s high school movie. So we're leaving off with Princess Zelda being returned to herself. Where do we go from here? Or do we even go from here? Okay, endgame spoiler recap over. The video is officially major spoilers free now. Personally, I actually don't see any DLC taking off from the ending of the game, as like with Breath of the Wild and every past game, following the ending of the main story, there isn't a post-game story. Your save file reverts back to your last save, only now with a star or some sort of mark to mark completion. Breath of the Wild's main DLC pack expanded stories related to the past, and I could see Tears of the Kingdom going a similar route, especially given how rich but yet mysterious the past showing off in this game is. So let's look at some routes this could go. For the sake of simplicity, let's just say there is room for 2 DLC packs, the same as Breath of the Wild. One will be significantly more expansive than the other, but both serving their own purpose, starting with the main feature, a big expansive DLC pack. What can we expect? Well, going off that mentioned point about how a story-driven DLC would not go off the ending due to how Zelda games typically end, the obvious direction to take in my opinion would be to aim the focus towards the ancient past and the Zonai. There is so little we know about the Zonai as a group and the time frame in which they thrive. We know prior to the time frame Zelda was sent to, the Zonai ruled the land with their advanced technology and powers, but this isn't something ever seen in the game. Given the focus of the Zonai in the modern day thanks to the upheaval, as well as their role in the past which Princess Zelda explores, it feels like a very suitable place to expand further. I myself would love and am actually confident in a DLC pack taking us back in the time to the prime of the Zonai. This is, in my opinion, something we can expect. Okay, maybe the exact details that I'm about to go into might not be, but the general idea of a Zonai focused expansion is fairly likely. The game itself is Zonai focused, so why not expand it? And I'm not just saying that for the sake of it. It makes sense. In Breath of the Wild, the Sheikah and their technology was the big deal of that game, and that game's big DLC pack was Sheikah tech focused in terms of how we progressed through it, with the addition of new Sheikah shrines, Sheikah shrines, puzzles, and of course a Sheikah made dungeon. These two games are fairly copy and paste format wise already, so the chances of DLC following the same path for Tears of the Kingdom is fairly likely if you ask me. Now, to delve into the more specifics, I would really love if this DLC could involve a neat little storyline that of course takes us back in time, and our task is to help the Zonai deal with some sort of evil plaguing their land at that current time. Something new and unseen, not Ganondorf, Ganon, Vati, Zan, or anybody like that. I mean, I love those guys. Oh, and Girham too. But something new and unique to that time frame. On top of that, some cool side quests which get us exploring the land of the past and get to know what Zonai life was like in its prime. Of course, keeping things mysterious makes it interesting, but if Nintendo wanted the Zonai to remain their mysterious self, why would they have made them the focal point of this game's foundations? In my eyes, it only seems natural to expand the Zonai further and drop a DLC pack that takes us back in time and see a side of not even Hyrule, but pre-Hyrule that we never have before. As for an additional but less expansive pack, once again sort of following the copy and paste theme, which by the way isn't always a bad thing, I just feel it is with certain things like how the story was presented, the memories format, etc. But for this case, I genuinely would not mind if there was a DLC pack that focused on the Master Sword lore, as well as upgrading it, similar to the Trial of the Sword DLC in Breath of the Wild. The legendary blade in Tears of the Kingdom is capped at a base value of 30. Let's be honest, a sword of this caliber should be significantly higher. It should be the highest. I get that this is the jail with the fuse system, but still. A neat little DLC pack taking us into the Sacred Realm for Sacred Adventures, or something along those lines, would be really awesome to see and allow us to upgrade the sword. On top of the main feature of that pack, I'd love to see some new fun side quests, perhaps from travelers who have come to Hyrule. New armor pieces, weapons, shields, bows, etc. Just a nice, standard DLC pack. Oh, and additional thought, I would really love a DLC pack to take us to somewhere new, but I'm not too sure if that will actually ever happen. And by somewhere new, I mean like out here, or out there. You know what I mean? Maybe even up there. In my opinion, that is roughly what to expect. If I'm wrong, I'm sure I'll hear about it in the comments, but hey, there's no harm in me sharing my thoughts on this. I do have a few loose thoughts that I didn't really know where to include in the video, so I've compiled them here together as a sort of overall / wrapping up thoughts. Firstly, I do have the fear that DLC for this game will turn out kinda lame. As fun and as exciting as my ideas sound to me, I could also see it going a very generic route. I just hope it doesn't. I am worried, but at the same time I feel like that mostly just comes from my love and passion for these games. I always want them to be amazing and a bunch of fun. I just get worried, I guess. Time will definitely tell, and if I have timed this video well enough, we might just find out this month, maybe even this coming week. We'll see. Another thought is that I feel like DLC for this game will go one of two ways, and no in between. Either really bloody epic and awesome, like 10 out of 10, all out basically, or mid-air. That's just me. I could be completely wrong. I could be completely right. I'd love to hear your thoughts as well, so leave a comment down below, and I'll see you all there very soon. Alright lovelies, thanks very much for watching the video. I appreciate it a lot. What's this? Wow, Pog reminder that I forgot to write into the original script that this coming weekend on the 9th and 10th of September, myself and fellow creator Triforce Trends will be at Insomnia, the gaming festival in Birmingham, United Kingdom. It's a Friday to Sunday, and this 2/3 of the Cave Boys will be there in the flesh for Saturday and Sunday, getting up to all sorts of shenanigans like hiding in the bathroom, playing some video games, and probably other fun stuff such as maybe meeting some of you if you're going. We'd love to meet you, so if you're going this coming weekend, be sure to be on the lookout for a few mad lads. We hope to see you there. I hope you enjoyed this little discussion, and if you want to stick around or come back for more fabulous Zelda content, then consider subscribing. I got all my socials linked below if you want to keep up to date, or maybe ask me something, as well as my Discord server, which is an amazing community of fellow Zelda game enjoyers. Hop in and say hi. A very special mention goes to each and every one of my channel supporters, who you can see on the screen right now, for your generous support of my content. I do a regular behind the scenes post, recording snippets, a shout out upon joining, and your name in my videos just like right now for all supporters. If you're interested and want to help make these videos all the more possible, then check out the supporting links in the description. Thanks for watching. I hope you all have a lovely day or night, and until the next time, I've been Hyrule Gamer.